Hello, Princess on a Pillow here. I am here to do a review slash recap with my opinion on Ready to Love, Season 8, Episode 10, titled The Getaway Part 2. Let's get started. So we pick up where we left off with and Ciara went home. Yeah, Ciara went home. She hugged everyone goodbye and left out. And Tommy tells the ladies that they now have the power to eliminate. Jessica is pissed that she was described as combative. So next, they all are sitting in the living room, and Chris asks McRae how he's doing. But before McRae could answer, Janelle said, "Why are we checking on McRae? We need to check on Jessica." Chris said, "We can check on both of them." So McRae says to Jessica, "How you feel?" Jessica said, her and her combative energy is going to be quiet. Janelle said to the men, "How dare you use that word to describe a black woman?" Now, these weren't her exact words, but that's what she meant. These are my words, but that's what she meant. Philip said, "It wasn't me, I didn't say it." Jessica said, "Who said it?" In his confessional, McRae said, "Chris said it, but we are not going to snitch on him." But he said he expect Chris to step up and say, "I did it." You're going to be waiting a long time. So McRae leaves the room. Chris said, "Let's not talk about it." In her confessional, Jessica said, "Chris said it, and I'm glad I dumped him." Those weren't her exact words, but that's what she meant. Okay? Next scene. Katarina, I cannot say this chick's name. Katarina walks into the men's room to check on McRae, but he's in the shower hiding. Katarina said in her confessional that if the guys think that Jessica is combative, then it's true, and she needs to change her attitude. McRae comes out of the bathroom, and he did not look wet. He didn't look like he just took a shower at all. I just have to point that out. He didn't look like he took a shower. Next scene. Jessica and Janelle. My eyelashes, I think, is falling off. Oh, okay, I can feel it. Anyway, okay. Next scene, Jessica and Janelle, they are outside sitting down talking. And I will say this, I don't like Jessica and I don't like Janelle. I think they're mean girls. But I like it that when a friend is hurt and another friend go to bat for her. I like that. Jessica told Janelle that she knows that Chris is the one that said that she's combative, because he wouldn't look her in the face when she asks who said it. So Jessica claims that the only reason that she is upset is because Chris lied. Janelle is upset because the word was used and the word was said and it was carried out. It seems to me like Janelle is more upset, has a more valid reason of being upset than Jessica does, and the word wasn't said about Janelle. So why is she more invested? Seem more invested than Jessica? Anywho. Jessica said now she does not trust McRae. And if that's the case, she might as well go home, because that's the only connection she has. Back in the guys' room, Quentin asks McRae how he feels. Why do I keep asking McRae how he feels? McRae did not have to use the word combative. He didn't have to repeat what Chris said. McRae said he didn't know how he feels. He says the process is tough. Philip said one simple word can come across like a left hook with your guard down. Shut up, Philip. In his confessional, McRae said he messed up because Jessica is hurt and he doesn't feel like she's combative. See, McRae, he knew he was going to get rid of Ciara. So he should not have repeated what Chris said. Because he knew her feelings would be hurt. If somebody called you combative, your feelings are going to be hurt. He's a dummy. So Quentin tells Macaria that he needs to go talk to Jessica. And I can't understand why Quentin has to tell him that he needs to go talk to Jessica. He claims that she's his connection, and he saved her and got rid of Sierra, and you hurt her feelings, and you know you hurt her feelings, so just, bit my lip. That's what I get for talking too fast. Yeah, you knew you was going to get rid of Sierra and keep Jessica, but you call her combative. You didn't call her combative, but you used the word that to describe her that Chris used, knowing that it was going to hurt her. And now that you see that she's hurt, you're not going to go talk to her? Why does Quentin have to tell you to go talk to her? You're an idiot. I don't like Macaria. Mackerel. Anyway. Yeah, you should go talk to her instead of hiding in the damn bathroom. Because you could tell he didn't take a shower. His hair wasn't even wet. His hair was still pomade down like it was before he left out of the room. So you could tell he didn't take no shower. Or maybe he wore a shower cap. Who knows? Anyway, in the meantime, Janelle is telling Jessica that she needs to talk to Macaria, and he needs to explain himself and squeal on the culprit who called her combative. Not her words, my words, but that's what she meant. Okay? I don't know. Jessica is pretending like she don't care, but we know she care. And Macaria should make Katrina his number one, because she's trying so hard to find somebody. Why is she going up to his room to check on him? That's ridiculous. Anyway, next scene, Chris, Quentin, and Philip, they go fishing. And none of them know what the hell they're doing. Oh, snap, I didn't put on any lipstick. What the hell? Damn it. I don't feel like getting up now. Yeah, so, got my lipstick. Yeah. Okay, so, next scene is Chris, Quentin, and Philip. They go fishing, and none of them know what the hell they're doing. The producer must have told them to go fishing. Then Macaria joins them. Then Lee, Katrina, and Eris joins them. And Quentin caught a baby fish. And then he was too scared to take the baby fish off the hook. So Lee decides to help him out. Lee is trying to hook him just like he just hooked this fish. Poor thing. Then Lee got annoyed when Janelle comes out. I think she came out on the balcony and she praised Quentin for catching a fish. And Quentin quickly hands over the fishing rod to Lee and backs away from Lee because he doesn't want Janelle to see him standing too close to Lee. Janelle has Quentin trained. She needs to show me how to do that. I need somebody that's trained. Lee, for some reason, still think that she is one of Quentin's connection. She is not his connection. He told Katrina last episode that he was caught by Janelle. So leave it up. I don't know, poor Lee. She has no clue. Now she has to pretend to like Chris. So then, here comes Chris. Chris brings Lee a gift. And the gift is some pink sparkly flip-flops. And she claims she liked them and she gave him a hug. Next scene, they're all sitting around in the kitchen when Macaria pulled Jessica aside to talk. He asked her how she's doing, and she says, I'm good. She says, instead of telling him how she really feels, she tells him, I'm good. He tells her that he should have checked on her earlier. Yeah. And that his choice of words were bad. So he's trying to pretend like those were his words. His choice of words were bad. She tells him that that word was off-putting and unnecessary. And she doesn't understand where it came from. She said she had never gotten into any arguments since she's been here. I guess they're at the lodge or the house, because she did get into a disagreement with the other girls. Tequila and Kira. She got into disagreements with them. But she said, I haven't gotten in any disagreement here. She should have said, I haven't gotten into any disagreements with the men. That's what she should have said. Anyway, she said she hasn't raised her voice, and she has been respectful, and she said she has not done anything combative. She said she hoped people would see her for who she is. She said, you don't put words like that on a black woman. Macaria told her that she didn't deserve that. She told him that she has no ill will towards him, and she is not going to be nasty towards him, and she think that they should keep it pushing. At first, keep it pushing, I didn't understand what she meant. keep it pushing, mean like leave me alone, go your separate ways, or keep it pushing, let's just forget about it and still try to get to know each other. At first I didn't know what it meant, but I guess it means let's put it aside and let's just, forget about it and try to get to know each other, I guess. Next scene, Chris gives Aries a lesson in archery. They flirt a little bit, and we all know that she don't like no Chris. She likes Philip. She don't like no Chris. Chris like to throw stones, break a window, and then hide his hand. And look around like, who did that? Who did that? Chris said in his confessional that he is worried he will be going home because of this Jessica thing. Next scene. Oh, I'm hot. I need some air. And a little bit of wine. Sip of wine. Oh. Much better. Okay, so, yeah, Chris said in his confessional that he's worried that he may be going home because of this Jessica thing. Next scene. They are back from the getaway. Katerina meet up with Macaria. I can't say these two's name and they're together. Katerina and Macaria. Macrie. She tells him that she supports his spirituality, and then he gives her an amethyst stone. I used to be into that stuff, but not anymore. And then he gave her this other stone. I don't know what the other stone was. Should have given her a pyrite. I think pyrite is for money. Anyway, they talk about, let me see, Alexa, what's a pyrite stone?
From fandom.com. Pirate Hat Rock is a large rock formation resembling the pirates hat located far from the shores of Neverland, featured in the Disney Junior animated series, Jake and the Neverland Pirates.
Alexa, stop. She's telling me a pirate stone was named from a pirate, by a pirate. I think the pirate stone has to deal with money. I have one, but I'm not going to pull it out right now. Anyway, yeah, so she talked about his spirituality, and he gives her an amethyst stone, and he gave her another stone. They talk about traveling and living abroad. They flirt a little bit. Next, Janelle meets up with Quentin, and they talk about how connected they are. They agree, they talk about how connected they are and what a good time they had at the getaway. He asks her how does she handle conflict, and he saw her cussing people out, so that's why he asked her that. I think in a further episode, maybe in episode 3 or 4, he had said he doesn't like that type of woman. But that's the type of woman you choose. That's why I know he don't like that Janelle. Anyway, he said, ask her how does she handle conflict. She said she handles conflict by having clear conversations. No, you don't have no clear conversation. You cuss people out. He tells her that he needs to hear that he's appreciated and that he is loved. Janelle told him that her exes complained about that she wasn't affectionate. In her confessional, she said she likes Quentin. In her confessional, she said she liked Quentin, so she has to give him what he wants or what he needs. Next, Aries meets up with Philip. She told him that at the getaway, his energy was directed to her, and she appreciated that. In her confessional, she confessed that she is worried about his finances and what he does for a living. She didn't say those exact words, but that's what the hell she's talking about. Nobody knows what he does for a living. Why is this all matted like that? Nobody knows what he does for a living. And he always talking about he has financial issues before. Well, are you still having financial issues now? Anywho, she asked him if this was the right time for him to be in a relationship. She's talking about financial wise, but she didn't actually say that. But that's what she's talking about. He said yes. He said, but 4 months ago, no. Why did you mention 4 months ago? Just said yes. Forget about the 4 months ago. 4 months ago has passed. I don't understand why he mentioned, but 4 months ago, I wasn't ready, but I'm ready now. Anyway, then he started talking about his father passing, him rejuvenating himself, and him working, and he's after working, all he wants to do is live life and laugh and be happy. Then he said, I found a writer, I'm good. He always seemed to not answer the question directly, you know? I don't like him either. I never liked Philip. Aries seems skeptical, and so am I. She needs to be skeptical. I don't blame her for being skeptical. She was like, the hell are you talking about? Next, the ladies meet up with Tommy. He asks, who are their top connections? My eye is Feels like it's watering. I'm having all kinds of problems today, huh? This one is off. Uh-huh. This is the one that's off. But this one feel like it's coming off. These friggin' magnetic lashes are something else. Anywho, yeah, so Tommy asks, who are their top connections? Aries said Philip and Chris. Janelle says Quentin. She said he accepts her for who she is. No, he doesn't. Because the first time you go off on Quentin is out the freaking door. I don't even think it's going to even take that. Quentin going to be off out the door when the show ends. He probably stay with you after the reunion. But after that, Quentin's going to be out the door. My eyes are stinging. I think I got makeup in my eyes. Anywho, Lee said Quentin was her connection. But she can't get to have any time alone with him because Janelle keep monopolizing him. She didn't say those exact words, but that's exactly what she meant. Janelle said in her confessional that she is not sharing her man. Okay, Lee? Get that through your skull. Anyway, Lee also said Chris, she was her connection. She told him that he gave her sandals. Those were flip-flops. Katrina looked like she was wondering, where the hell is my slippers? How come I didn't get slippers? And then Tommy asked, did anybody else get shoes? And I don't like Tommy, but I thought that was hilarious. I thought that was funny. Katrina said Chris is her connection and also McRae. Jessica said McRae is her connection. She said that they are locked down and they are solid. Maybe they had a little private moment that we don't know about. Then he asked which man is not ready to love. Jessica said Chris, and she told them that the word combative was used on the date with his ex. So that's how she knows that he's the one that called her combative. Lee, Aries, and Katrina said Chris told them that he did not call her combative. Jessica told them that Chris is a liar. She didn't say those exact words, I don't think. Those are my words, but that's what she meant. Aries said McRae did not have to say it. And she's right. He did not have to say, the guys think that you're combative. He didn't have to say that. He should not say. He likes her. He was going to keep her. Why piss her off? McRae, you're, ugh. It just, ugh. You have no sense. Jessica said Chris is a coward. But Tommy knows that Chris said it because he was there when Chris called her combative. And he could easily squash it and said, yeah, he did say it. But he keeps his mouth shut. Tommy's up. I don't like no Tommy. Jessica said, Chris can't buy me nothing. And then Lee's like, why did you say that? And Jessica's like, oh, I'm not referring to you. And then Lee said, you're trying to shade me. And then Tommy asked Lee if she sees Chris's flaws. And Lee says no. Lee and Jessica go back and forth about their experience with Chris. One is bashing him and one is defending him. Next, Katrina said Quentin is not ready for love. But she thinks she's slick. She's saying Quentin is not ready for love because she wants Quentin to go home so that Jessica will either go home with him or Jessica will be pissed off. That's why she's saying Quentin not ready for love. Katrina said she didn't get to spend time with Quentin. That doesn't mean he's not ready for love. But I know why she said Quentin, because she wants to piss Jessica off. Aries said McRae is not ready for love. Lee says McRae is not ready for love. Janelle said Chris is not ready for love. She basically called him a coward and a liar. And she said the only connection he had was Jessica, and now that he doesn't have Jessica, he has no connection with anybody. That's what she says. So Tommy told them to take these men out and let one of them know that he is not ready for love. So McRae meets up with Aries. McRae is nervous. They talked about the getaway. They talked about him saying the word combative. Then she told him that when the ladies met with Tommy, his name came up, and everybody likes him. Everybody like him, but they think he falls in the friend zone. But then they all feel that he is ready to love. Next, Jessica meets up with Chris in his confessional. Chris is confident that he is not going home. He said he has 3 women in his corner and 2, Janelle and Jessica, that don't like him. So he's feeling pretty confident that he's gonna stay. Anyway, they give when you meet up with Jessica, they give each other the side hug, hi, because they hate each other. They talk about the weekend. She asks him what disconnected them. Why is she asking that? Does she still want him? And he said, I told you I needed you to be softer. You know, he did tell her that. He said, I needed you to speak to me differently than the way you speak to the people who work for you. He told her that. And she was looking at him like, yeah, that's not going to happen. He said, I told you I wanted someone softer. I wanted you to be softer. And then he said, you don't need to bash me and I don't need to bash you. He said, you're not my person. And you know what I think happened? Because he all of a sudden gets angry. Okay, so she tells him that the word combative was off-putting and very inappropriate. And she told him that the room decided that he was not ready to love. And Chris says, I didn't call you combative. McRae did. Give me respect when I'm not around. And when he said that, I'm like, what is he talking about? Give me respect when I'm not around. You know what I think happened? Her and Lee got into it when they were talking to Tommy. And Lee must have texted him or called him and said, she said this about you, she said that about you. That's where that came from. Give me respect when I'm not around. Because Lee must have called him, either Lee, Aries, or Katerina. But I'm pretty sure it was Lee. Called him and told him what Jessica said about him. That's why he said, give me respect when I'm not around. Because where the hell did that come from, right? She told him he is clearly upset about something. He starts ranting and raving instead of just leaving. He's ranting and raving. And I don't like Jessica, but I like how she kept her cool. I like that. But his ranting and raving, I would have called security. I'm not going to sit there and let somebody yell at me and point anything at me like that and do all of that. Get all crazy. He tells her that she is combative. He said, you are combative. Both you and Janelle, you're both combative and you're both mean girls. And he's pointing at her and he's being combative. Where the hell is security? Jessica told him that he is angry about things that has nothing to do with her. He's pissed because Lee told him what she said about him when they were talking to Tommy. Chris told her that he is no longer going to hold his tongue. He said, I'm trying to show you respect, but you show me no respect. That's because Lee did it. Lee told him what she said about him. So Jessica said, are you sure? Because he said, I'm trying to show you respect, but you show me no respect. And then she goes, are you sure? And Chris says, I'm a man. He's just ranting and raving. And Jessica said, so at what point did you feel disrespected? And that's when he should have said, Lee told me what you said, but he can't say that. He doesn't want to, put Lee on the spot by saying, Lee told me what you said in the confessional or in the meet up with Tommy. He don't want to say that. So Chris said, so he looks stupid. He looks crazy, like a ranting maniac. Chris said, you don't know shit about me. Why he just pointing his finger at her? Where the hell is the security? Why is he's getting all upset and no security? He said, fuck you and fuck everything about you. Now who's being combative? Where the hell is the security? In her confessional, Jessica said she is happy that she saw the real Chris. In his confessional, Chris said Jessica is evil, and he wasn't going to allow her to put him down because Lee told him what she said when they were talking to Tommy. Anyway, we didn't need to call security afterwards because he got up and left out. He got up and walked out. And that was it. That's the end of the show, and this is the end of my review. Princess on a Pillow here. Thank you so very much for watching. Bye.